Throughout the years, Call of Duty has always been a mainstay in the world of gaming. So why do so many people hate it now? Well, I'm the Dropkick Diaries, and we're gonna find out. To understand the sorry state of the game in today's economy, we have to acknowledge and understand that there was a time when Call of Duty was undefeated. The golden years were regarded as some of the best times in Call of Duty history. These years range from somewhere around 2007 with the release of Call of Duty Modern Warfare through to somewhere in 2013 with the release of Advanced Warfare. In that time we got absolute classics like Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty World at War, Black Ops, and Black Ops 2. All of those games are still incredibly replayable and still played today. What set those games apart during that period were things like innovative gameplay. Modern Warfare introduced us to modern gameplay mechanics, such as weapons and equipment, kill streak rewards, and a more dynamic multiplayer experience. These innovations set a new standard for first-person shooters, while the Black Ops series introduced unique series of narratives, such as the Cold War era in Black Ops, and the branching storylines in Black Ops 2, which provided a more engaging single-player experience. Campaigns were incredibly compelling. They were often cinematic, with well-crafted storylines and memorable missions. For example, Modern Warfare 2 had the controversial and impactful No Russian mission, while Black Ops featured intense psychological and espionage elements. During that time, the multiplayer was excellent. The multiplayer modes were well designed, balanced, and highly addictive. They introduced features like customizable loadouts and a wide array of maps, and a progression system that kept players engaged. Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops in particular are remembered for their iconic multiplayer maps and modes, which have become benchmarks in the series. Starting with World at War, the Zombies mode became a major hit. It offered a cooperative, wave-based survival mode that was distinct from the main game, providing endless replayability and a fun, challenging experience for players. These games often pushed the boundaries of what was technically possible at the time, with high-quality graphics, sound design, and animations that enhanced the overall immersive experience. The realistic depictions of war, coupled with the cinematic storytelling, made these games stand out visually and narratively. The gameplay balance in terms of weapons, perks, and maps was often praised. Players felt that their skills and strategies were rewarded, which contributed to a satisfying and fair competitive experience. The older COD titles fostered strong, active communities. The social aspect of multiplayer gaming, including clan systems and competitive play, helped build a dedicated fan base. Amazing content creation also came from these times, with teams like FaZe and Optic emerging as absolute juggernauts of the time. These games also had a cultural impact, influencing other games and media, and becoming a staple of the gaming culture during their peaks. The combination of engaging single-player campaigns, robust multiplayer modes, and additional content like Zombies or Spec Ops ensured that players had plenty of reasons to keep coming back. All of these elements helped to create a memorable and influential gaming experience that resonated with a wide audience, helping establish Call of Duty as one of the most iconic franchises in gaming industry. So what went so wrong? One of the things that made Call of Duty so amazing was its innovation. Many players feel that the COD series has become stagnant, with new releases offering minimal challenges or improvements from previous games. Each new installment often feels like a rehash of earlier titles, rather than something new and exciting. The incredible monetization practices have led to an angry player base as well. The heavy use of microtransactions, including loot boxes and battle passes, have been a sore point for many players. These practices can create a sense that the game is trying to nickel and dime its audience. You're already paying $100 Australian for a game just to be sidelined by microtransactions as well. The franchise's annual release schedule can lead to a perception of quantity over quality. Some players feel that the developers don't have enough time to innovate and polish each new game, leading to a rushed and buggy product. Balancing in multiplayer modes can be a significant issue as well. Overpowered weapons, perks, or strategies can frustrate players, making the game feel unfair if you try anything but the meta. The COD community also has a reputation for its toxicity, including instances of harassment and unsportsmanlike behavior. This can make the online experience unpleasant for many players. The single-player campaigns, while often praised for their cinematic quality, are sometimes criticized for being too short or lacking depth. The most recent campaign campaign only has about 4 hours of gameplay. Some players miss the more substantial story-driven experiences found in older CODs. Persistent issues with servers, lag, and connectivity can be incredibly frustrating, especially for a game that heavily relies on its multiplayer component. Given the franchise's long history and massive popularity, each game faces really high expectations. When a new installment fails to meet these expectations, the backlash can be particularly harsh. More than any issue that we've discussed so far, skill-based matchmaking has turned Call of Duty into this ultra-competitive, no-fun game. Skill-based matchmaking is a system used in multiplayer games to pair players with similar skills and levels together. While this system is designed to create a fair and competitive match, it's garnered significant criticism from portions of the player base. Players often feel that skill-based matchmaking forces every match to be highly competitive, which can be exhausting. Instead of having a mix of easy, moderate, and challenging games, players frequently face opponents of equal skill, making every match intense and less fun. For many, gaming is a way to unwind. Constantly playing against similarly skilled opponents can feel more like a test of endurance and skill, rather than a casual, enjoyable experience. This lack of downtime in matches can detract from the overall enjoyment. As players improve and their skill increases, they get matched with progressively tougher opponents. This can make the game feel less rewarding, as every improvement leads to more challenging matches, rather than a sense of progression and accomplishment. While it aims to create balanced matches, it doesn't always account for other factors like latency, connection quality, or team coordination. This can lead to matches that feel unbalanced or unfair, despite the similar skill levels. Many players want a distinction between casual and competitive modes. The argument is that SBMM should be reserved for ranked or competitive playlists, while casual playlists should have a more relaxed matchmaking to allow for a mix of skill levels. Some players resort to manipulating their performance, intentionally playing poorly, to get easier matches, a practice known as reverse boosting. This undermines the integrity of the matchmaking system anyway, and can create uneven experiences for others. There's a huge lack of transparency when it comes to SBMM. Game developers do not like to disclose the specifics of how SBMM works, leading to confusion and mistrust among players. While SBMM does have its benefits, such as reducing the likelihood of one-sided matches, the downsides have significantly impacted the player experience, and that's led to widespread criticism. Those are just a few of the reasons that people are so frustrated with Call of Duty. The reason why so many people hate Call of Duty at the moment is the success that the old games have, that, to be honest, the new games can't reproduce. So how do we fix Call of Duty? Well, I have absolutely no idea, but if you have ideas, leave them down in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been me. Cheers.